Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you guys, you are far too kind. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am here today to talk about content creator Patrouski. This topic might be a little bit controversial. It might be a little polarizing, but I think this is something that is, well, long overdue. So I know everyone's not here to see me. They're here to see Pat. So please, without further ado, if you could, Patrouski, take it away, brother.
Just release Gen 6, release Gen 7. Where's Underground? Where's that? Blah, blah, blah. In game development, you sometimes have to spend 2 months on maintenance. Good morning. Welcome to the world. Wake up call. Welcome. You're an adult like I am now. Sick. Learn that, dude. And I'm going to try to talk about it without being as angry as I possibly can, because I think it's really important to have productive discussion, and emotions do hinder that at times. Emotions are important for your foundations, but they should not impede your ability to communicate when trying to talk through things. Game development is fucking hard. You're literally just not empathizing on the basic levels. Like, the developers told us, hey, we ran into an issue. Here's the exact framework issue we ran into, and people are still just like, just add VGC, blah, 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 just do it. You've never done anything in your whole life. It's so obvious. You've never created anything. You've never developed. You've never wrote a single line of code. You've never made a video. You've never made a song. You don't draw. You don't do anything. You sit at home. You consume media. You consume things that other people create while critiquing them nonstop. You are the fucking scourge of the earth. You cannot be ignorant and arrogant. It's dangerous. Ignorant and arrogant people. It's dangerous. Ignorant and arrogant people. It's so dangerous. Are ignorant yet arrogant. It's the most dangerous. Ignorant and then be arrogant. So dangerous. It's arrogant and ignorant. Dangerous. Ignorant yet arrogant. Dangerous mentalities. You're ignorant yet arrogant. You're dangerous.
Okay. So, there's a lot to unpack here. First and foremost, rest in peace to my body double. I think, first of all, his mustache was stupid, but rest in peace. Like, I put in a lot of hard work for the channel. His bullshit detector must have just overloaded or something, so he's not going to be working with us anymore. I'm going to take it from here, and that's going to have to be okay. But as for Pat, he's fucking horrified, right? He's terrified. There's a lot of things that are dangerous. There's a lot of people that are ignorant. There's a lot of people that are arrogant, right? So why are we hearing this? What's going on? I think if we want to zero in on it, what it is Pat has kind of established his safe little buzzwords that he can parrot whenever there's an opinion or a person that he disagrees with, right? So I went through a couple of these VODs and clips, unfortunately, and what I noticed is these words came up frequently in all of his VODs. He was already kind of worked up talking about this, and then somebody presented themselves with an opinion, with one of these scary big bad opinions, right? One that goes against Pat and his clique. So when he saw that, first of all, this guy's arrogant, this guy's ignorant, this guy sucks. Oh, this guy's dangerous too. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a bit though. I'm not going to spend too much time on that right now. But I think what's important is to establish that his way of handling these kinds of things is just to assign them these buzzwords that he's figured out. I don't know if you heard that recently and has kind of been like obsessed with the danger. Can't blame him, right? I just vomited blood on my living room floor for the sake of this. Maybe I'm insane. But that's neither here nor there, right? Let's take a deeper look into things, because this is already kind of a train wreck. This is already kind of a disaster. But trust me, guys, it gets so much worse. It gets so much worse, and I am so excited to show y'all.
It's not about pleasing everyone. It's about people not being fucking gremlins, like subhuman levels of intelligence. It's fucking insane. It's really fucking sad. It's beyond that. It's beyond not pleasing everyone. It's about the people you can't please not presenting themselves like subhuman pieces of shit who like literally can't communicate their positions to others without attacking them or being totally illogical to every degree possibly imagined in the academic fucking system.
The big dagger here, and what I want us to really focus on, is the player Subzy, whose comment was highlighted on Patrouski's stream right after this whole rant of his. What's really important to note about this is that Subzy actually later comes into a later stream to kind of clear the air, defend himself, basically say, hey Pat, I don't live in my mom's basement. I'm actually a cool guy. I just happen to have a different opinion from you, right? So what happens after this is, as he usually does, Patrouski has a very calm, respectful, okay, get that out, a very calm, respectful response to Subzy, and I'll just let it speak for itself.
You're very mentally healthy and very well off, and definitely don't live in your basement, Subzy, for sure, dude. You're very well off. You're doing very good in life, 1000%. Good luck to you, man. I think you make the world and PokeMMO a worse place, and that makes me sad. And You can fix it tomorrow, okay? You can fix it tomorrow by changing your mentality. But right now, you hurt others every day you log on the forums.
Okay, cool. So I don't know if this is like a character that Pat is playing or like rage bait or something. I guess I'm astonished that like a human being actually like thinks and operates in this way, but I guess that's what happens whenever your ego just gets like so far up your brain too much, and I'm getting there, so I'll see you soon, Pat. But the good thing is we know that Subzy is dangerous. He's a scary guy. Those opinions at the start were frightening, but this guy's fucking horrifying. I mean, he came into your stream. He violated your personal space to defend himself. Shoot. I guess, I don't know. I've really never seen this much irony. I don't know if y'all caught that, but the amount of blissfully unaware ignorance and lack of self-awareness is like actually alarming. Let me highlight that clip for y'all one more time and we'll see if we can catch it.
Right now, you hurt others every day you log on the forums. I'm sorry that's the case, but I don't respect others who hurt others and don't have any awareness of it and no care. You're ignorant yet arrogant. You're dangerous in a not complimentary way. in a not like I'm fucking dangerous. In a non-complimentary way. Okay, that's really, wait a minute. Yo, streamer called me dangerous. That's sick. Okay, kind of based. Never mind. He's actually based and correct and true.
So now it's a little bit more obvious, right? I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the arrogant one probably just laughed at his own joke for 30 seconds while jerking himself off, daydreaming about the guy he's bullying, idolizing him, right? That's probably a little bit arrogant, you know, bragging about someone such as Patrouski, even mentioning him. Like, this is a guy that sees himself as an absolute savior. It is so beyond delusional to think about the guy you're bullying being starstruck like that. Like, I genuinely can't even imagine being confident enough to say that in front of all of my viewers, because that shit is just downright embarrassing, right? That is dangerous, brother. That is ignorant. That is arrogant, right? This is all of the shit that you are preaching about, and truthfully, that is actually fucking terrifying because you are an individual that has a platform to actually do something with that, right? Go figure. The danger is not the guy that's being mean online and having different opinions about you in a video game that he's playing, right? This doesn't need to be some kind of character assassination of Subzy, of a dude that he knows absolutely nothing about, yet he's gonna take that, run with it, go on some crazy Adderall-fueled rant or whatever the fuck, because the guy doesn't agree with him. Like, this is just absolutely brutal, and truthfully, I wish that I could ask Subzy himself, like, how does that make you feel, bro? Damn.
Wouldn't that be incredible if that Subzy guy was here?
Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Subzy. Okay, what's up? What's up, man? Tell us about it, please.
So I just want to express how I feel about this whole situation, and honestly, I think that his reaction to me in particular was way over the top, unnecessary, uncalled for. Like you said, everything that he spews about positivity and whatever, he threw that all out the window when he gunned at me. He calls me toxic, dangerous, unhealthy, but I really don't think I've done anything to warrant that. I mean, my forums page is public. You can go take a look. At the worst, I have a little bit of distaste with shiny hunters and people that use AI to make all their forum posts. I think those two things are unhealthy.
Okay, fair.
I'm not trying to start any more drama here, but I think it's very unfair for someone to label me as this dangerous and horrible person, basement dweller, just because I disagree with him.
Yeah, that seems a little excessive, right? But I mean, like, I guess tell me, what have you done like in the game, like, to tell me that you care about it? Because I feel like I could get the impression that you're just bitching the bitch, right? You're just coming in there to complain, right? Like, who are you? Who is Subzy? What significance do you even have to MMO?
So for those that don't know me, I am the leader of Team Lava, which is one of the oldest and still active teams in the entire game. It was founded in 2017. And I'm not saying this, I just want to preface that. I don't think that makes me better than anyone. In game, in real life, I'm just stating these things because these are the credentials that I have. Furthermore, I did the math because I want to be as accurate as possible. I have spent and purchased 358,750 RP from the gift shop.
Good lord. That's a lot of dinero.
I live in the US, so this is $10 per 1,000 RP. After taxes, this comes out to a little over 4,000 US dollars. Once again, I just want to preface, I don't think that makes me better than anyone because I buy a bunch of RP. And people are going to say, well, Subzy, what? You criticize the devs, this and that. Why do you give them RP? I work full-time. I don't have time to grind in game. I love this game. I love this community. I spend money so that I can skip the grindy and tedious parts of the game. With that being said,
and you comment, you want it to be better, right?
I want the game to be better, absolutely. I am a avid donator to a lot of community events in this game. I support my team.
Guys, I do just want to interrupt for a brief moment to say that we are going to be giving away Patrouski, the secret shiny shuckle. It's just going to go to a random person that is subscribed and leaves a comment spreading positivity within the community. So be sure, if you want the shuckle, to drop a comment and make sure you're subscribed. And I will give this away probably in about a month's time to a random lucky person. There he is in all his glory. Okay, anyways.
It's just, I care about this game. I love it a lot, man. I wouldn't give money to this game if I didn't love it. And I feel like that makes me a direct consumer of the game, both as a player and a buyer. And there might be people that say, oh, but these are donations. They're not donations. You're buying something and you're getting a direct product from the game. And yeah, I feel like I'm in a position where I can criticize the game. I play every day. I spend a lot of money, a lot of time on this game. And once again, I said, you can go look at my forums page. I don't say anything bad. At least I think so. The most I say is that I think certain behaviors in the game and activities are a bit unhealthy. I laugh at people that use AI-generated forum posts. I don't think that's bad. I'm just straightforward. And if that is dangerous and toxic and all these things that Patrouski wants to say about me, I think he's overreacting like fuck. He needs to tone down. This is the real world. It's not sugar and rainbows and all this stuff. No, this is the real world, dude. People are going to tell it how it is. And if someone like me that plays the game and supports the game every single day is unhappy about certain small things, that's for me to decide. And that doesn't make me a basement dweller who does nothing with my life. That is the biggest overreaction I've ever seen in my life. The guy was screaming and crying into his webcam. Meanwhile, he, 5 minutes prior, was talking about how we need to be positive and healthy and this and that. No, dude, fuck that. You threw that all out the window when you gunned at me. It's just hypocritical to me.
So you're not dangerous, you don't think?
I think that's for the people to decide, but there's been a lot of jokes made about it. I think it's actually pretty funny. Like, every time I log on, people say that they feel a sense of danger in the air.
Okay, right. That's a good time though. That's fun, and I'm sure you've got an equal amount of bullshit of it for being the centerpiece of this brand new shit cornucopia created within the community.
Yes. And one thing I did forget to mention is that I think I became a bit of a scapegoat, because anyone that's familiar with this game knows that Kiyu, one of the lead developers, he really doesn't talk much, and he quoted me directly. So I think that made me a bit of a scapegoat, even though there are people on the forums that are like 300 times worse than me.
Right. And I don't want to get into the semantics of that particular development discussion too much, but yeah, I think you were maybe a little overly critical of a particular point, and then you got hung, drawn, and quartered for it. So, geez, everybody, let's get another round of applause for Subzy. That man right there is a victim. That man is a survivor. That man is not a basement dweller. I mean, shit, tell him. Go ahead, Subzy. Tell us your home address. Where do you live? Let's settle that.
That's something I don't think I should throw out there with some critters on the internet.
Yeah, let's get you out of here, man. I appreciate it a ton.
Yes, thank you, Drew. Really appreciate it. Good luck, brother.
Give me that address later. Okay, so that was Subzy. I do want to highlight, guys, that he did get an apology for Patrouski's actions, and I'm going to read that to us. I'll put it on the screen right now as well, but I do just want to read this apology and what he had to say. Pat says, "I shouldn't have spoken to you the way I did on stream. That was incredibly wrong, and I'm sorry, especially given my influence as a content creator at times. If anyone reaches out to you with any hate, let me know, and I'll do what I can. I disagree with how you handled this one situation. I think it hurts our relationship with the devs and potentially our game, but I shouldn't have drawn larger conclusions and berated you on stream. That was wildly childish and emotional. I'm genuinely sorry. No one should have to experience that, and I'm going to try to keep this experience in the back of my mind in the future when I feel my emotions overtaking like that." So, I guess surface level, this is an okay apology, right? But personally, I just cannot stand this, because if you look a little bit into it, it's so disingenuous, and it's clearly just designed to save face, right? So I want to note first, this is a private apology. This was not in public. This was in direct messages to Subzy, and thank him so much for giving me this. He's totally cool using his platform to tear apart Subzy publicly, right? But whenever it's time to walk it back, whenever it's time to apologize, the tricky part, that's whenever that's got to be done in private, right? It would have been so easy on a later stream to say, "Hey guys, I might have gotten a little bit crazy on that guy earlier. Let's tone it down a little bit. That was kind of messed up. I shouldn't have done that." Or even just like a sneaky little message in his Discord. And truthfully, I'm not in there. Maybe he did do that. But a sneaky little Discord message saying, "Hey guys, this was a little weird on that stream. I'm gonna try to stay away from that kind of vibe and that kind of content," right? The other thing that I want to look at here is he fucking disagrees with Subzy in the apology, right? So it's the kind of apology where he just, and we all know this, like we've all seen this before with all different kind of people in our lives, but the kind of apology where it's like, "Hey, I'm sorry, but yeah, you were wrong." Like, fuck, dude. That is literally what got you into this mess in the first place, right? That was the problem. That is why I am here being the asshole, being the bad guy, making this dumbass video, because you just couldn't keep your mouth shut about this. You don't need to clarify your thoughts on that. We know your thoughts. They are completely fleshed out, right? We're all good on that. And the last thing I want to highlight is the reason I say this is a disingenuous apology, the reason that I say I do not take this for its face value, is because Pat sends out a heartfelt message to Subzy. He says, "Hey man, I'm sorry, that was messed up, this was bad, I shouldn't have done this, also my VODs are up, also my videos are still up, I'm still making money off of this, get fucked." Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that last part, but what the fuck? Brother, you are still making money off of this. This guy got absolutely obliterated by you and your fans, and you are still making money off of this after apologizing. You want to walk that shit back? Why don't you be a man and walk it back the right way? Why don't you get rid of that shit? Get it off, because right now I can still tap in, I can still watch that video, I can still watch that VOD and see you shitting on the guy, and maybe I'm gonna think, I'm gonna shit on him too. But no, that's not what we did, because that would be too hard. That would be a genuine action to show remorse. Instead, we just get words, we don't get actions. So I guess I just kind of want to wrap this all up with something that Subzy kind of touched on a little bit, and that is that Pat's entire brand, his entire persona has been established to be this positive guy, right? You know, the one spreading love, the one who just wants to be chill, you know, guys playing their Pokemon game. But the reality of it seems to be that if you go against the grain and you disagree with this guy, that positivity is exactly what becomes his weapon, right? The variety of rants that we can see from him are just this positivity disguise. He's not actually being positive. He's using that as an excuse to suppress and push out the opinions and the people that he doesn't want to hear from, right? Like, look at this example, this specific example. I hate to put it under such a microscope, but is anybody doing anything wrong? No. Right? They're criticizing and they're critiquing a game they play. That might be up for you to decide whether or not they went too far. Obviously, some people are always going to go too far in their criticisms. They're always going to take things a little bit to the next level. Is it our job to police that and go crazy on them and absolutely break them down to the highest degree? Certainly not, and certainly not if you have such a huge platform. That is genuinely a dangerous thing to do, because you are inviting a lot of hate, you are inviting a lot of negative attention to a specific individual that you know absolutely nothing about. And I've already said this, right? I guess I can't help but be amused by this, because the whole theme of it all is that Pat loves the game so much, he loves the community so much, he wants everything to be good, and then I don't see eye to eye with him, and I am absolutely crushed under the weight of everybody and him and his words and the actions, right? I guess like whether or not you want to consider this to be the legitimate Patrouski, to be the man behind the curtain, that is up to you, right? But it's not just this particular incident. There's been many examples that people have brought to light in the past before, right? This is just one that really struck home with me because Subzy is an actual, genuine stand-up guy. I cannot exaggerate how good of a guy he is. I have had the pleasure of interacting with him and hanging out with him many times as one of my friends online. So to see this kind of hate spread about him, it's so disheartening. It is so disheartening. We're just so quick to go for people's throats, you know? And you have this incredibly condescending, short-sighted, arrogant, and fucking dangerous rant. It just boggles my mind. It's so crazy. And Pat, when you see this, and I know you will, I'm kind of sorry. Truthfully, this was fucking brutal. You can be angry, you can be upset, call me names, bring me down. That's perfectly fine. I'd probably do the same thing, but just try to be conscious of what you're doing and the effect that you have on others, because you are so much better than this. Oh my god, this is so fucking funny. How do I look? Oh my god. Okay. That's fine. This is fine. Everything's fine.